the generations, as it said, the generations to come, and the reason for the discussion and why it is so very important. So what I would like to do at this moment, honorable family, is to the generation even share with you the document that I would have spoken about as it relates to the preservation of the generations to come. And the document is entitled, Preserve the Generations to Come. Now, the document itself actually goes into the ways and means that we as a people could address some of the ills in society that we believe is coming from our youth. Now, I think I will begin by actually reading the document for you. And even while I go through the document, you will obviously get an idea of the foundation of it and the goals and objectives, basically. And as you can see, prepared and presented by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Preserve the generations to come. And of course, our logo, yes. Now, preserve the generations to come, prepared by the Honorable Priest Theo and Isaac. The Preserve the Generations to Come campaign is a project designed to assist a geopolitical nation in preserving its youth for generations to come mentally, physically, and spiritually. The nation of Antigua and Barbuda is made up of predominantly people of African descent. Yet still, no emphasis is given to our African history and heritage in our classrooms. His Excellency, the Right Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey has taught us that a people without knowledge of self is like a tree without roots. Our people have not been given knowledge of self, as the education system prepared by our former colonial masters was not designed to give us knowledge of self. Our proposal aims to address the void in the system by bringing to the table steps that, if taken, will improve the standard and quality of our youth for generations to come. Preschool. We will begin at kindergarten. In fact, before we begin at kindergarten, let me just give a quick summary and even clarity of what was just read a moment ago. So obviously, as I think it was plainly expressed, that we as a people, especially those of us of African descent, those of us who have been through a few generations taken from the motherland, we have little knowledge of our history. And in fact, the educational system that has been designed for us is totally void of our history and our heritage. And this is why, my good family, for I would say almost 2 decades now, I would have been advocating for African history to be placed in the curriculum of the nation of Antigua and Barbuda, where I was born and where I would have lived for the most of such these years that I've been in this physical form. So at the same time, many of you have heard this story many times, because it was not something that was being taken up as a serious concern, meaning that no one appeared to have seen the importance of taking African history and heritage and putting it in the classroom. I mean, from the heads of states and the heads of the departments that deal with education. So at that time, we decided to create the African History Month essay competition, which is now in its 11th year. And that was to fill this void. And of course, it cannot compare to if African history and heritage as a subject was actually in the school, was actually a part of the curriculum, was in the syllabus. And then now you would see the benefits of what African history and heritage can do. So whatever little benefits the essay competition would have brought, just imagine if that whole concept and construct was in the whole educational system. So basically, that is what is being said here in general, that there must be some vehicle that can bring to the populace, specifically of the youth, knowledge of self. And the people, whoever the people is, whoever they are, and they have no knowledge of self, then they are like a tree without a root. And we as a people, I don't think anyone can deny, we have definitely lost knowledge of self. So again, we begin at that level before school. We will begin at kindergarten. The mind of a child is like that of a sponge. It will absorb as much information as it can. That information is coming from its surroundings. All buildings and walls should be designed with images that will leave a good psychological effect on the youth. Of course, beautiful colors are important with all aspects of nature, rivers, clouds, fish, bird, etc. We will ensure that our African culture, our African heroes, and Africa in general becomes a constant part of their visual diet. All of these images of foreign European fables and folklore, cartoon, should have no place in our institutions of learning. It has no value whatsoever. We will introduce higher science to our children very early. It will be packaged to suit every state of evolution. We have done this already and continually are engaged in this method as we have a very vibrant and active international homeschool program. We offer astronomy, African history and heritage, biology, and other sciences. The child is not too young to develop a zeal for science. As I just mentioned, we at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge facilitate an international homeschool program. This program is an online program and can be accessed anywhere on earth. My point here is that we need to utilize technology. Online programs, games, and even animated cartoons, yes, can be created to stimulate and hold the interests of the youth while edifying him or her. We will utilize our skilled young people in our society to design books, to create short documentary films, and to even produce video games that can utilize, that can be utilized in the early stages of learning. Now, hold on there. I just want to make sure my audience comprehends where I'm at and what's going on here. Now, family, my outlook of an educational system is totally different than what is before us, than what I came into this world and met, than what I myself came through. That's not even close to my idea of what a system to edify a child coming out of the womb of its mother, bringing that child to the stage of an adult, to instill within that human being knowledge, information, inspiration, culture, etc. What we have here, the pre-colonial educational system that has been gifted to us, definitely, to me, is extremely wanted. This proposal here is not necessarily, listen to me good, this proposal here is not necessarily my, let's say, pristine vision of an educational system. No. This proposal is designed again to assist a system that already exists, a system that really was not designed in no shape or form, again, to give us knowledge of self. That's just what it is. In fact, the way that the system has been carved out, it shows strong signs of being designed to retard us from our knowledge of self and have us thinking that we're someone else. So since this system, especially when it comes to law now, wherein you can even be penalized and punished for not partaking of the system, we decided that, well, this seems to be the best ground to bring in the truth, to bring in the missing piece of the puzzle, to bring to the tree their roots so that they can grow again. Because remember, that's the importance of roots. Roots allows you to take the nutrients from the ground, from the soil, the rich soil, the earth. But we have no knowledge of self, so we are trees without roots. So there's rich inspiration, information, vibration, a lot of things around us. But just because we do not know ourselves, we cannot harness it. So this is, one step in the strategic move going forward that we bring to the system that already exists. A program that would assist it, and this has specifically been designed for this nation, but obviously can be used, I think, anywhere you can find Black people. Of course, the educational system is quite different in many places, but all in all, Black people has been robbed of knowledge of self. That's the point. So let us continue. Thank you for being patient with me. We will utilize our skills. So you see, we're speaking in the affirmative here, as if we're listening. Yeah, this is what we'll do, because it is us that will have to do this. We're not just proposing this. We will do it. We will utilize our skilled young people in our society to design books, to create short documentary films, and to even produce video games that can be utilized in the early stages of learning. Of course, The art of reading plus wholesome reading is very important. Instead of the European fables and nursery rhymes, we have enough resources to create or to source the materials needed to guide the young mind of the child towards higher education. Nursery rhymes, we usually say nursery crimes. From a very early age, we will implement yoga and Tai Chi into schools. Both arts will be of great benefit to the child as they grow. The school meals programs must be totally reorganized with the counsel and advice of a professional nutritionalist who is an expert in plant-based food. What our children consume affects not just the body, but mind, soul, and spirit. Now, I am sure that all, will agree, well, most at least, will agree with these sentiments here, that if we really love our young ones, we must consider what it is that they are consuming. And even if we may jump and say, oh, well, we used to eat this and that, and we're still here. We're still here, aren't we? In what condition are you still here? And you must admit it, all the junk you would have, you ate, junk is different today. And even, ones would like to say, oh, my grandmother used to eat this and that, but your grandmother used to drink the bush, the bitter bush that would clean her up. And eating this and that is different than you. Your grandmother never drank any sodas and no yellow drink and blue drink. She would squeeze her little lime in the water and drink it like that. Your same grandmother. And you're just trying to tell me, oh, your grandmother used to eat the pig. That's what they're trying to tell you. Well, trust me, the pig that your grandmother was eating, she knew the pig's name. She raised the pig. She didn't go to the supermarket to buy the pig, and we're not encouraging no pig eating, but the point I'm showing to you is this is a different time. And the basic food, regular diet, what is called the SADI diet. You can apply for here, the SADI diet. SAD, very sad. The standard American diet, SAD diet, and the standard Antiguan diet too, SAD diet. Yeah, so the SAD diet could really depress you. And I think we all know. And there's so many programs that have been aired on some of the radio stations, even within this nation, where you have nutritionists and healers and those within the holistic field and nutritionists and individuals that deal with fitness coaches coming on air and on television programs explaining to the people, even doctors, that, hey, listen, the best way to go is plant-based. And your green leafy vegetables and exercise and yoga and Tai Chi, all of these different things. So we should be implementing this in our children from the time they're born. Now, again, this is not a document designed for the household as such. It has been purposely designed for a system to put in its school syllabus. Yes, you may say, hey, the best thing to do is to get to the parents, because the parents are the one that would raise the child. I totally agree. I don't think I'm with you 100%. But I'm just showing you have to know what time it is on the battlefield, and you have to be strategic. Now, yes, you may try to get to every house. How many households you have around you? Hundreds of thousands, in some place millions of households, but you have an education system. You have an education minister. You have a director of education, where you can sit with any one of them and say, do you agree, sir? This sounds good. Okay, borrow my pen. And he just signed it back. And no matter what these households say, because you know how it is, these households say, Johnny, you ready for school? Yes, Daddy. Catch the bus, it's coming. That's it. And then he gone to work and Johnny gone to school every day. Because if Johnny's absent too long, they're going to call Mr. Johnny father. And he don't want that. So Johnny, make sure you go to school. That's really where it is. Don't worry about that. So once you can get it into school, you have it. What did God say? I am general, I mean, strategic on the battlefield. People don't like to hear that, you know. African languages like Kiswahili and Twi will also be introduced at the preschool level. Also, the higher sciences such as astronomy, biology, and chemistry. These subjects, including maths, will have songs and visual animation prepared to encourage greater outcomes regarding learning in the classroom that is fun and enjoyable. This is something that I know firsthand. I'm telling you, when I started my homeschool program with my young ones, I used, and this is from the time they were there, I out of the womb, little babies, I started to create some videos where I would be, this is a lion, 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 and I, created my own thing, photosynthesis, and however that is spelled. So the point I'm making is that the child is not too young to learn. In fact, as the younger the child is the better you should be, the better the child is, more receptive, I should say, to the information that is around the child, basically. So if you want your child to be a chemist, don't wait until they're in third form to try to throw chemistry on them. When they say Google, Gaga, they say Gaga, sodium phosphorate, yeah. The pH balance, yeah. Alkali, yeah. Acid and alkaline, say acid. Say acid and alkali, yeah. Let me show you. The periodic table. The periodic table of elements. Come, take down the poster of Donald Duck. The periodic table of elements. I mean, this don't make sense. What will Donald Duck teach? Donald Duck has on a shirt and Donald Duck don't have on no pants. What do you think Donald Duck subliminally, pardon me, is teaching the young mind? All right, let's keep on track, but we are on track. African languages, very important. From early, again, this is something that I know. My Honorable Princess Akesha Menin, in a few moments, she will be coming in with the Honorable Prince Alamase for Youth University. Make sure you stick in for that. And I want you to listen to these youths. And she will be teaching you Kiswahili. There's a video of her. How old? That video must be about 10 years old. It's on YouTube. She counting in Kiswahili and teaching you how to greet in Kiswahili. So the earlier you introduce these languages to them, the better it will be. Again, the same thing with astronomy and teaching them. We teach Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and then we stop there. Biology, this is the nose, this is the eyes, this is the ear, spell ear, E-A-R, ear. And then when you start to walk, we stop speaking about the parts of the body until you reach the secondary school. No. Let's keep up the body parts. Let's go inside the ear now. This is the anvil. This is the hammer. Yeah, let's go. This is the esophagus. It's all right. We don't have to wait until I'm 12. Keep it up. This is the small intestines. This is the large intestines. Yeah, yeah. Goo goo gaga goo goo. Yeah, I'm very serious. This is something that I have already done. I see how it can work. You don't have to be afraid to bring higher education to a young mind. Get the mind active early. Take Bugs Bunny off the wall. Put Kwame Nkrumah on the wall. As I said, utilize the young minds to create. Listen, family, hold on. Listen, I understand this, eh? That is why they have cartoons and these different things, because let me show you what's going on. Because they comprehend that the mind loves to see colors. The mind loves to see moving things. Nothing wrong. That's brilliant. But you see, those of us who may not know, a lot of these cartoon characters, it's just a fact. This is just reality. Definitely modified European fables and folklores. That's just what it is. Peter Pan, Pinocchio, all of these stuff. Modified Snow White, modified European folklores. So I'm saying that not that we can do the same. We were the first to do that. Look at the ancient hieroglyphs. Look at the Medu Neter. Look at the Heru and the Patar, these beautiful works of art. These were designed to teach basic science to the young mind. You understand? And yet still in this modern time, we can utilize technology and create the colorful and beautiful, even characters that is more in line with our Afrocentricity. That's what we need to do if we are serious about preserving the generations to come. That's why we hit in the schools, the education system. I hope you comprehend me, family. This is not a joke. So these subjects, including maths, will have song and visual animation prepared to encourage greater outcomes regarding learning in the classroom that is fun and enjoyable. Let us all be honest here. The global educational system is not designed to educate the children of royal descents of their ancestry. That's us. This is why the recent history of our sojourn outside of Africa is very important. Caribbean history is an extension of African history. This is why the recent history of our sojourn outside of Africa is very important. I'm talking about the transatlantic slave trade and what took place after that. The period of so-called independence, the colonial period, independent period, and the modern time that we're in. Caribbean history is an extension of African history. So just like African history and heritage, a new rigorous curriculum will be created to guide the teaching of the true history of Antigua and Barbuda. From preschool to university, what you're talking about, when you're gonna start this. I was listening to a good doctor the other day, and he was making some points as it relates to the local history, as they call it around here, to be put into the curriculum. It's a call people, cry out for every now and again. And he was saying, at the university level, and I was saying, what? No, man. Well, yes, but you can't start there. From preschool. When is preschool? Anytime before school. To university. There are several great books on our history in the Caribbean, and we will utilize our skillful human resources to create the relevant books and documentaries, as well as other materials of learning that are needed. What say you? Yeah. Our elders and those who have preserved the information are our archives and will be utilized in the building of the curriculum. This curriculum, particularly, will need very special attention, as it will be a tedious task of just gathering information, but of not just gathering information, pardon me, but of comparing and contrasting the various testimonies that our researchers will gather. So let me get that good. And as you can see again, before I let me reread it and then explain myself. This curriculum, yes, I am quite excited. This curriculum particularly will need very special attention, as it will be a tedious task of not just gathering information, but of comparing and contrasting the various testimonies that our researchers will gather. Very good. Now, again, and any grammatical error there might have to be just polished up, but the idea here, family, again, is that in this diaspora, we in the diaspora from Africa, from the motherland, who have sojourned in the Caribbean, in North America, South America, Europe, etc. Our history that came from the slave trade, and what would have taken place after that, and plantation, whatever, and our slave revolts, and again, when it comes to independence in these countries, etc., that is an extension of African history. That history is not done. History is a continual thing. There's something that's going to happen 10 years from now, 100 years from now. The history will look different. And then you will have to fit this in the history. So this is African history continuing, very important. So we must keep that in mind. You cannot separate what they call the local history from African history. And listen to me, family, this is something else. Not even the local history, as they call it, is taught in the schools. I have always been championing the cause of putting African history in schools. But then when I noticed, I said, but wait, these people not even putting their own history here in the schools. So I had to pick up that cause as well. But that's a part of African history, the part that you live in. So it's very important. So, and the thing with that now, what I'm saying here with the presentation that I'm making here, is that we have archives here. The old people there, the elders, they're here. Many of them have gone, Some of us would have retained the knowledge of the older ones, like myself. A lot of things I've learned from my father, for sure. And he was from the older days, but yet there are those that are still here that have key information, man, that we need. And we need to set up a proper committee or task force to go throughout the land and sit with these individuals and get the information, and then we compare and contrast it. That is what I'm saying here. I hope you understand what I'm putting down. Very good. So it says here now, we at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge has been hosting an ongoing Afrocentric. Let me see something here. Did I miss out something? Okay, no, I think I'm correct. We at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge has been hosting an ongoing Afrocentric essay competition from every February/March. For more than a decade. The essay competition encourages children to investigate and research their African history, heritage, and culture. It also couples their research with their ability to express the information on paper. Very good. This process will obviously increase their knowledge and interest in their heritage. If African history and heritage was already a part of the education program, it would be a part of the curriculum. As it is not, the current methodology is to gather prizes that will excite the youth to research a topic that may not even interest them. This will be an annual event as a part of the education program and its annual budget. Now that's very important, eh? I want you to listen to this good. Those of you specifically that are with us here on Patron's Day, live and direct. This will be an annual event. Now, of course, our essay competition is an annual event, but I'm saying here that an essay competition, a part of the school system, the program, the curriculum, the syllabus, will be an annual event with the budget being taken from a part of the annual budget, because every year we go to Parliament and we say, well, education get $90 million, or how much dollars education will get. So there should be a chunk of that $90 million for the essay competition, the inter-school essay competition. Then it will become an inter-school essay competition that goes throughout the nation. All right. It's not theirs yet. Every year it's funded by myself and a few good people who will contribute. And we would have been advocating for this well-established essay competition to be a part. Just the competition alone, we would have been advocating for, to be a part of the education system. All right. So, again, if African history and heritage was already a part of the education program, it would be a part of the curriculum. As it is not, the current methodology is to gather prizes that will excite the youth. You get it? To gather prizes, whatever it may be, that will excite the youth to research a topic that they may not be interested in, that may not even interest them. This will be an annual event as a part of the education program and its annual budget. This is just a basic outline of what will become a very precise curriculum designed for all ages. So in other words, what I just put down there is just a basic understanding of what we will put you now. There are other aspects that were not put in this specific presentation. But before I explain what those aspects are, let me be clear here, family. Now, what you just heard, again, please listen to me. Don't go anywhere. I want you to understand the motive here. Was they preserve the generations to come. Document. Now, to preserve the generations to come. Document will be presented to all the stakeholders as it relates to education here in Antigua and Barbuda. So, of course, from the Governor General, the Prime Minister, the Minister of Education, the Director of Education. And these are the lawmakers as much as we can, the senators, of course, the Speaker of the House, and other individuals, and we will make the document available to the nation, and we will present this document also to the nation on radio and television, etc. Again, to me, very basic and simple. And as I said, there are other aspects that are missing. For example, the whole aspect of civics. You live in a nation that has specific rules and laws and a constitution and other things, and it's not something that many people are familiar with. And of course, it's something that not only you'd have to be familiar with law, human rights, and all of that, but you'd have to grow into it. So that is something that should begin at a very young age, if not at toddler age for that one there. But for sure, by the time you can read and write, you should at least begin the process of understanding what governs the place that you live in, national and international law, human rights law, the Declaration of Human Rights and Justice. All of these things are very key for a young mind to bud into. Then when it comes to the economy and how to become economically free. Now, many of us, to be honest, we may talk economics, but yet still the understanding of creating an atmosphere where you become economically free may be a totally different idea. So we'd have to tap into those who have the ability and the resources to bring us the proper education and how to be economically free and feed that to the younger generations. I'm serious. Not how to go to college and get a loan and try to get a good job and get a degree and all of that stuff and put yourself in debt in mortgage. That's not what we're talking about. And try to get into the middle class and just stay there, and that's not what we're talking about. That is why the importance of getting constant motivational speakers to the young ones is necessary. The children of all of these different schools and the different levels need constant motivational speakers visiting them on different levels to encourage them and inspire them. That is seriously lacking even in the society. And then when it comes to other extracurricular activities, I mentioned yoga and Tai Chi as a part of the curriculum. Also swimming, and you cannot be living on an island surrounded by water. Swimming should be something that is almost compulsory, you understand. Then at the same time, there is serious education that is needed as it relates to the cannabis sativa. Now, when I mention that, it is not in the same ballpark as when someone else would mention it. They may be saying, yes, we need to teach the youths and them that they shouldn't smoke until they're adults, or we need to teach them the dangers of this and the dangers of that, or we need to teach them that is good, but everybody's not good for everybody. I don't know what you are talking about, no offense. I'm talking about a tree. And of course, in Antigua, for sure, there's a certain, if you want to use the term, freedom as it relates to the cannabis sativa. And yes, many individuals believe that freedom would have been to the detriment of young ones. For whatever reason, they would have now started to use it more since that quote unquote freedom would have come. But I'm speaking of just naturally, whether it's freedom or no freedom, there should be knowledge, well documented and packaged knowledge. If you notice, I expressed that we use technology, documentaries, even utilizing computer video games, and of course, books digital books and the good old books, and professors and teachers and other activities to spread knowledge. Everyone doesn't learn the same. Everything doesn't have to be in the classroom. So when it comes to the cannabis now, whatever way and means you use to teach the child about this plant, not just one class, over the years, we have to speak about the spirit of the plant. We have to speak about the history of the plant. The plant itself has a very broad, immense, serious, deep history. When you understand the different religions, the Sikh and those who are in Zoroaster and those that deal with Ahura Mazda and the Chinese emperors and the people of the Hindu tradition and the Buddhist tradition, they all utilize the cannabis sativa, herb seeds found in tombs in China. And of course, you have the stories of Shiva coming out of the Mount Kailash with the cannabis tree in one hand and the yoga book in the other hand. So the cannabis has been used in many forms to make different drinks and the bang lassi and other different medicines. It has been found in many of the different papyri, the Ebus papyri and books of Confucius and other medical books that list spiritual herbs. The marijuana and the hemp are found to be extremely high on the list each and every time, you know. And of course, the use, it's industrial use as it relates to creating fiber and canvas and clothes and of course cloth. And that's where the term canvas comes from, cannabis. And then, of course, it's medicinal purpose and medicinal use. And as I said before, it's spiritual use. So there's so many aspects of the cannabis that needs to be spoken of and taught to the young mind. And then once that the young mind has a good understanding, a proper, clear, unbiased, no propaganda understanding of the beauty of that plant, plus coupled with their Afrocentricity and the African heritage and all the good energy that is now in them, they will definitely be in a better position to make better decisions going forward. So this is why now, family, give thanks. This is Patron's Day. And I know this segment went a bit longer than we expected, but it is a very important segment. And I'm very happy that you're still here with us. Now listen to what is necessary to complete this, at least in the nation where we are here. This is just a basic outline of what will become a very precise curriculum designed for all ages. The government of Antigua and Barbuda can contract myself as a director of Afrocentric studies and chief motivator. That's it. Obviously, as I said, this is not a post that exists. So I myself will have to set up the qualifications of the post, which we are qualified, and exactly what is demanded of the post. And as I have, in a nutshell, I will create the administrative details and a clear plan going forward. A people without knowledge of themselves is like a tree without roots. You understand? So again, this is I would consider the yet to be fully complete version of Preserve the Generations to Come. So family, this is why even the essay competition is so important. If you notice that the essay competition is just a small part of this document, preserve the generations to come. Again, you would understand it wasn't designed for the household. That would be a totally different thing altogether if we were to design this for the household. It wasn't necessarily designed really for parents as such. It was purposely put together for the school system. And just to use the term loosely, hoping that they would see the value in it and say, hey man, this ain't too hard, we can just implement it. Well, it ain't too easy neither. It's not no simple thing here. As I said, we will be the director of Afrocentric studies and motivation and chief motivator. And of course, we will literally put together a program that might take certain aspects of the program will take a year to prepare. Specific aspects of the program can be implemented right away. You understand? Essay competition, that's already something that is in motion, that can be implemented yesterday. The national history program and bringing that knowledge of exactly the true history, which many people don't know, and then cataloging, putting it in a catalog before you write the books, and then before you make the documentaries, because we want to archive the knowledge first. We need to have the knowledge, and then now how are we going to transfer the knowledge into vehicles of learning? Will we create a documentary that is going to be played on the nation station at least once every 3 weeks, at least for a year, so the young minds get accustomed to this documentary. This documentary could be an hour documentary and half an hour documentary, which highlights the days after slavery. We ourselves would have created the documentary Anu, which is just about 20 minutes, that highlights the spirit of Antigua, Green Castle Hill. And when we get to the Green Castle Hill, we will speak about that documentary. We will also be presenting that documentary to the Cabinet of Antigua and Barbuda and to the Media House of Antigua and Barbuda. That documentary should also be played in every school and every school across the land. The documentary is Anu, the Ancient City, speaking about the spirit of Antigua and, of course, Green Castle Hill. So I'm sure, family, you have a good idea of where we are going with this and why we see it as a very important aspect of us going forward. We speak about violence amongst youth. We speak about the lack of morality and all of these different things. But we have a whole education system in our hand that is run by law. And you must and you have to. But yet still we don't see, well, this is a good opportunity to utilize this to instill the right values within the minds of the young ones. So this is why you must support the essay competition, royal family. As I said, many ones understand the value and the importance of us doing this every year. Yes, I would like it to be a part of the education system. I did see the comment, a sister was asking, why is it that the essay competition needs so much money? And again, with no disrespect to anyone, we think very small. Now, if you notice, I said in this document that it should be a part of the education budget that the nation gets. Now, the budget for the essay competition really should be somewhere in the hundreds, $100 or something $1,000, at least to furnish the land. What's our education budget there? $26,000 something dollars. You have to keep in mind, my family, again, the budget last year was, I think it was $12,000. That was last year, $12,000. We didn't reach that budget. I think we reached around $7,000. And that $7,000 wasn't in donation and what we collected. Maybe we collected maybe $4,000. And we would have put the rest. We had a beautiful essay competition last year. We had a beautiful prize giving ceremony. But you see what a lot of ones are not seeing here, that promotion and marketing is very important. I just explained that it's almost 20 years we've been going to the educational department to put African history and heritage in the school. For the last 11 years, we've been doing this essay competition without any help from any education department within the government. That's just the reality, you know. So this is a program that is not only just important, but for it to get out to the people, it needs resources. So listen, we are also looking to launch the international essay competition. I just want you to think with me for a moment, family. There's supposedly almost 9 billion people on the earth. Let's say we have 5 billion children and we have an essay competition for children internationally. How many children you want to hear? We don't need too much. Let's just get about 50 people. No, we don't think so. I don't know who you are. We do not think like that. If there are 5 billion children, we want 5 billion children. I mean, that's just what it is. So how much money do we need? What resources do we need? What financial backing do we need to reach 5 billion children? So if this nation of Antigua now, say we have 60, 70, it's a small place, 70,000 children, I think it's less than that. But I just call a number. Not being assisted by the education system. This is not something where the education system has the essay competition on a poster in all the classes and everybody carry home a flyer. And even that is an expense. So we have to make sure via the media, television, radio, whatever, that the word gets out constantly. We have to start promotion from now. And yes, of course, again, it's a small place. Of course, you can get a program for free. You don't have to pay for everything. Hey, I hear you doing the essay competition again. Yeah, come on, come over Saturday, come over Friday, or come over Thursday and do a program with me or whatever. And you go and do a program and say, hey, yeah, man, can I come back next week? No, man, next week is full. So how much for the program? Hey, it's $1,500 for the hour, man. Don't worry, I'll pay it. I'll come in again. Okay, no problem. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. I wonder if you get what I'm saying. So I'm showing to you, when you think big, we're thinking big now. We can't go back to last year. We're getting bigger. We have children to save. Many children don't know about the essay competition. Why? Because the word hasn't reached to them. We're on the battlefield here, you know. We're not doing this for any profit. There's no profit that comes out of this. This is a responsibility that we take upon ourselves. We never argue. We never mumble to do it or grumble to do it. Never once. Sometimes we only have to explain ourselves because some people ask. But it's something from the heart. Yeah, believe me, this was pushed into reality because the heart was feeling what it was seeing taking place around it. It wouldn't have solved the problem yet. But as you can see, we create documents with the initiative to solve the problem. So that is why the essay competition, again, is an important part of this strategic war to get into the minds of the young ones. So you need a serious budget, family, for promotion and marketing alone. No little 200 and 2,000, no man, promotion and marketing, what you talking about? Even if you source the best printer in the world, printing company in the world, and you're going to get flyers, obviously in the thousands. You're going to get posters, obviously in the thousands, maybe tens of thousands, man. You want your posters, you want your flyers on every car, every windshield, in every window pane. You want your big banners going across the street. We're not thinking small. Just promotion and marketing alone, you're gone into, come on. Social media marketing alone. And again, you can't just be hitting social media. If you are doing an international essay competition, social media is good, but you cannot leave out media, regular media. What you call it? Rush hour, early in the morning. Anywhere in the world, London, New York, Chicago. Man, you're doing an international essay competition. What, you want to keep it quiet? No, people are supposed to be in traffic jam. This is WXBY. And we have with us all the way from Antigua, the Honorable Priest Isaac. Okay, he's having an essay competition. How are you, my brother? Tell us about this essay competition. And bam, that's it. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to think a bit bigger than that. Now, the essay competition itself, 3 categories. First place, second place, third place in each category. And this is the normal, regular essay competition. Each gift, you can average each gift, let's just say 500 apiece. And this is, again, the basic essay competition, because you have gifts for other aspects of the writing. And then now, if you are attracted, when you're thinking big, thousands of children to this competition, obviously there have to be other prizes given. Do you know almost every child that even writes an essay is given a scholarship to take a computer class? So what I'm saying, family, and it can be more than that, even the $26,000 for the National Essay Competition budget, I'm talking about we need to think big and we think too small. I'm thinking small. Because if I'm to give the same budget to the Ministry of Education, it would definitely be over $100,000. And I'm not just pulling a number out my head. I'm creating a proper essay competition, promotion-wise, gifts-wise, banquet-wise, everything-wise, that it would benefit the generations to come. Because you got to keep in mind, this is not just an essay competition. You know, this is strategically designed to encourage the young ones to go and research their African history and heritage. That's it. Because it's not in the schools. That's why I said in this document, if it was already in the school, man, we've gone to a next level. So preserve the generations to come will assist. So family, I am encouraging each and every one to contribute to the national and international essay competition. Of course, the webathon is on. We will be on throughout the day. This is Patrons Day 2023. Of course, we have special offers definitely there for you. What we're going to do in a few moments, those of you who are watching this on Premiere, I'm encouraging you to join us on Radio Anu, where the action will continue, where we continue to open the doors, and definitely we'll be having special guests coming in. Remember, you can make your pledge as well, but we definitely would encourage you to make your donation. Remember, there's specials for everyone that donates. I think when you donate, you get two free strongs of the Tiger's Nest radio program. You can donate through CashApp. You can use the PayPal. The links are in the description below those who are premiering the video. Also, you can just go straight to the website. If you're not on the website, those of you who are listening on radio, I know you are already on the website, so you can make your donations right there. Remember also, there's specials that we're offering on our services and our products. All of our courses that are available are there for you today for only $99. I mean, that is serious. And any purchase that you make today, you get 2 strongs free of the Tiger's Nest radio program. But those of you who purchase from the holistic whole food store and from the clothing store, you're going to get a month's worth of the Tiger's Nest radio program for free. This is some serious things taking place here today on Patron's Day. So family, give thanks continually. Remember, we have a target to hit because we're not thinking small. We have a target to hit because we've been doing this for 11 years. We have a target to hit because we know specifically that what we have to do is what we are mandated to do. We cannot be listening to other people that are not even nearly thinking of doing anything like this. Mumbling and grumbling. We have a target to hit. So I'm honestly, family, looking forward to those of you who know the value of what we're doing to contribute specifically. So whatever level of contribution you make to the Webathon, you still will be getting 2 strongs worth of the Tiger's Nest radio program. Give thanks, life giver, keeper of life, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. I want you to definitely take in this one. And remember, again, family, make sure that you join us. Make sure you join us on Radio Anu. Those of you who are not on Radio Anu, we're talking about the international flavor. We're talking about the universal spice. Beautiful. Yeah, everything is nice. Blessed love to one and all. Welcome to Patron's Day 2023. We of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge give thanks for your support and well wishes over the past year. As it is our tradition, for the past 3 years, we are ready to give back to all who desire to patronize. Today, the 5th of November, 2023, Patron's Day. All of our available courses, listen good, all of our available courses are available for you today for only $99 each. So in other words, the International Homeschool Program, which has been designed to inspire the young mind in the field of astronomy, in the field of African history and heritage, biology, etc. This program, which is a continuous program, is sold for $299. A very, very good price for exactly what you are receiving. But for today, you will get it for only $99. I repeat, only $99. Our Ancient Astronomy Course. This in-depth academic course that teaches you the rudiments of ancient astronomy, the basics of ancient astronomy, is usually sold for $275. Definitely worth it, for sure. But for today, you will get it for only $99, just like the International Homeschool Program. But hold on, the 21-day wellness program of the Honorable Empress Naya, which has been designed to give you optimum health. Listen to this. this also will be available for you today for only $99. So again, all of our courses, all of our available courses for today, the 5th of November, you will receive them for $99. Now, listen to this. All purchases today will give you 2 strong, or what they call 2 weeks of the Tiger's Nest radio program for free. I told you we were not playing around. So no matter what you purchase today, you get the courses, you buy a book, whatever it is that you buy, purchase today, you patronize the Institute, you get 2 weeks of the Tiger's Nest radio program for free. So if you purchase our ebooks, or if you purchase our documentaries, or if you purchase any of our webinars, you will receive 2 strongs free, the Tiger's Nest radio program. And keep in mind that this is Patron's Day. So listen to me, this is Patron's Day. All books, all documentaries, and webinars are at half price. That's 50% off. Now listen to this. If you purchase from the Holistic Food Store or our clothing store, let me repeat this. If you purchase today from the Holistic Food Store, so you're going to purchase your cashews, your almonds, your honey, your coconut oil, your Garvey, your vitamin or cinnamon or whatever you need for yourself. You get it at the Holistic Food Store, you know. Once you make a purchase today from the food store or from the clothing store where you can get your shirts, your Tiger's Nest jersey, even your sweatpants, all of these things you can get from our clothing store, you know, with our logo, with our icon. Once you purchase from any of these two, that's the clothing store and the Holistic Food Store, you will get, listen to this, a whole month's Tiger's Nest radio program. Not just 2 weeks, a full month's Tiger's Nest radio program. Yes, free of course. Now, every contribution today to our webathon will give you 2 weeks as well, free of the Tiger's Nest. So once you contribute to the webathon, you are definitely getting 2 strongs of the Tiger's Nest. Now, our webathon is being held to assist in the raising of the funds to match the budget for both our national and the international African History Month essay competition. It will be our 11th year of performing this very important project. And as the standard rises and our targets and goals get bigger, we again ask for the assistance from those of you who understand the mission and share our passion for the youth. To make your contributions, visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, and you can visit the PayPal and the CashApp and the other means we have available. Or you can email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, to get more information on how you can make that contribution. For those who are visualizing this on the YouTube, all the links are in the description below the video. Patron's Day 2023. Give thanks in advance. Bless.